In November 2025, OpenAI launched something they said would end the browser as we know it. It was called Atlas. It was the first browser designed from the ground up around a chatbot instead of a URL bar. Sam Altman personally hyped it on stage. 8 months later, it's dead. Not deprecated. Not paused. Killed. And every feature it had is being surgically absorbed into ChatGPT itself. Today we're breaking down exactly what happened, why the smartest AI company on Earth just nuked its own flagship product, and what it tells us about where the web is actually going. Let's start with what Atlas actually was. Imagine Chrome, but every tab has a ChatGPT agent living inside it. You didn't just visit a web page, you asked the browser to visit it for you. Book me a flight. Compare these 3 laptops. Summarize this 100-page PDF. Atlas would open the tabs, click the buttons, fill the forms. It was OpenAI's first real attempt to make the leap from chatbot to agent, from something you talk to, into something that does stuff for you across the entire internet. On paper, this should have been a nuclear-level launch. Google's entire empire is built on Chrome funneling searches into ads. If OpenAI could steal even 5% of browser market share, it would be one of the biggest tech shifts of the decade. Analysts predicted Atlas would hit 50 million users in year 1. So what actually happened? Downloads were fine at launch, millions in the first week. But almost nobody kept using it. Internal metrics leaked to the information showed daily active users collapsing more than 70% within 90 days. The reason wasn't the AI. The AI was actually pretty good. The reason was way more human. People didn't want a new browser. They wanted their old browser to be smarter. Switching browsers is one of the stickiest habits in software, your passwords, your bookmarks, your muscle memory all live there. Asking users to move for an AI feature they could already sort of get by pasting a URL into ChatGPT, it just wasn't enough friction to overcome. And here's the twist nobody saw coming. While Atlas was quietly bleeding users, ChatGPT itself was growing a browser inside it. First it was link previews. Then it was full-page rendering. Then agent mode, where ChatGPT could open tabs, click buttons, browse for you, inside the chat window. By mid-2026, ChatGPT could do about 80% of what Atlas did, without asking anyone to install anything new. Atlas wasn't killed by Chrome. Atlas was killed by ChatGPT. So the merger makes brutal sense. OpenAI announced this week that every distinct Atlas feature, agentic browsing, multi-tab context, page memory, form automation, is being folded directly into ChatGPT. The Atlas app will be deprecated within 30 days. Existing users get a one-click migration to ChatGPT desktop. And the Atlas team? Reassigned to the ChatGPT agents division. Which brings us to the bigger picture, and this is the part one actually want you to sit with. For 30 years, the browser has been the front door of the internet. You type a URL, you hit enter, you get a page. The Atlas experiment tells us OpenAI thought they could replace that front door with a smarter door. They couldn't. But what they can do, and what they're now doing, is replace the door entirely. The new front door isn't a URL bar. It's a prompt. You don't navigate to information anymore. You describe what you want, and the AI navigates for you. That's not a browser. That's a fundamentally different way of using the internet. And that shift has huge second-order effects. Google's search ads business assumes users type queries and click blue links. If ChatGPT becomes the layer between you and the web, those blue links stop mattering. Websites optimized for SEO for 20 years might suddenly be optimizing for something totally different: AI retrieval, agent-friendly APIs, structured data over pretty design. The Atlas failure isn't the end of the story. It's the moment OpenAI figured out they don't need to win the browser to kill it. So what should you actually take away from this? 3 things. 1. Big tech doesn't always win by launching new products. Sometimes they win by making the category itself irrelevant. 2. User habit beats feature quality almost every time. Atlas was better than Chrome at AI tasks. It's still lost. 3. The browser wars of the 2020s aren't between browsers anymore. They're between browsers and chat interfaces. And right now, Chat is winning. If this breakdown was useful, hit subscribe. We do this every day, one tech story that actually matters, broken down without the noise. And drop a comment, do you think the browser as we know it survives the next 5 years? I'll be reading them. See you tomorrow.